When it comes to talking about the zombies storyline, there isn't much to say that hasn't already been said. Since the release of Call of Duty World at War, or at least since people started posting on YouTube about the storyline, mostly everyone has been caught up on what has happened. Richthofen teleported Samantha to the moon, Richthofen took control of Samantha's body and thus the zombies, Maxis took control of the Aether and banished Richthofen to a zombie's body forever. And that's just the ultimate part of the story. So it goes without saying, the story is quite literally all over the place. However, most people understand the primary beats of the storyline. In this video, I want to focus specifically on the darkest parts of the storyline. In general, a lot of the storyline is twisted and fairly upsetting, but these topics I'm bringing forth in this video resonate with me as being some of the darkest moments that the storyline has to offer. Nikolai is a fan favorite character. People love his hilarious remarks and quotes he makes on each map. However, his reasons for making these comical statements are rooted in a very dark past. I need to note that this is specifically the past of Ultimus Nikolai. On June 24, 1941, Nikolai's wife was killed during the German advance into the Soviet Union. Nikolai, in an effort to numb his emotions, began to drink profusely. He began to imagine wives of his past. Wife number 6, wife number 7, wife number 8. However, these wives weren't real. He again was only trying to hide from his pain. On December 9th, 1942, Nikolai's brother would be killed during the Battle of Stalingrad, and on January 16th, 1943, he would be captured by the German forces to become a test subject for Group 935. He was transferred to a Siberian facility to be experimented on, and on July 15th, 1945, Dr. Edward Richthofen would arrive at the Siberian facility to perform these experiments. Nikolai would be exposed to a serum containing element 115, causing him to lose his memory, and injected him with a different serum made primarily with vodka. This would cause Nikolai to become uncontrollably addicted to vodka, to the point where he would not be able to even function unless vodka was in his system. Takeo Masaki is another fan favorite character, and here I have a piece of the storyline that isn't official lore, but rather is more of a theory. However, the Gaming Revolution has a very in-depth video that goes into far more detail about this theory than is going to be said here. This is based on Cthulhu mythos, which I am not very versed in, so if I get anything wrong or pronounce some things incorrectly, give me a break. Zetsubou No Shima was the second DLC during the Black Ops 3 season. It was considered a controversial map due to its unconventional gameplay mechanics and Easter egg steps. However, putting aside the gameplay controversy, let's talk about the dark history of Takeo from the Prototype Fracture. Ultimus Takeo from the Prototype Fracture is a broken man. The Emperor of Japan, being a jealous man, took Takeo to an abandoned island in the Pacific. The island is overgrown with mutated plants and insects, mutating because of excess research material left over by Division 9. Some of these mutated insects include the spiders that roam the map, and the first boss you face when completing the Easter egg is the Mother Spider. Much like Shadows of Evil, Zetsubou No Shima is rooted in Cthulhu lore, written by H.P. Lovecraft. The spiders on the map are based on the Lang spider. The Lang spider has intelligence far higher than any other normal animal. They have been known to, in dire circumstances, mate with human men to continue their offspring. This makes the final cutscene after completing the Easter egg far more tragic, knowing what this Ultimus Takeo has gone through.
Punishment is one thing. This is cruelty. Who could be so evil as to desire another soul to endure such suffering?
Verrückt, like most zombies maps, is based on a real-life location, or at least real-world medical practices. Verrückt, I believe, is based on the Belitz Sanatorium in Berlin, Germany. Obviously, it's an abandoned asylum, but let's talk about asylums of the past and their inhumane treatment of psychiatric patients. It's fairly common knowledge that electroshock therapy was a genuine medical treatment for patients with psychosis, and even just the common flu. Doctors thought there was something to pumping electricity into the brain to cure people of illness. On top of this, they used to perform a procedure known as a lobotomy, where they stick tools up through the nose and into the brain to sever brain connections in hopes that it would fix the patient's mental illness. They would also restrain patients using restraining jackets and dunk people in ice-cold baths. Another treatment was known as an insulin coma, where they would cause a low blood sugar coma that would last from an hour up to 4 hours. They believed that this would restart or rewire the brain so that patients would be more normal. They would also induce seizures as a form of resetting or rewiring the brain. This brings me to the point I want to make here, which is that Verrückt is clearly haunted. It is known in the community as the scariest zombie map, and it holds that title for a reason. Many screams from ghosts of the past can be heard through the map. There's also the classic doctor's chair. When interacting with the chair, the haunting procedures of the past come to light. Barriers where the zombies come from have horrible, blood-curdling screams coming from the other side. The atmosphere is so thick that you can cut it with a knife. The horrible past is brought to light through the atmosphere and interactable parts of the map. Dr. Monty describes this map perfectly through the radio that can be found on the Black Ops 3 remastered version of the map.
It was an asylum. It was also a horrible, terrible, grim, depressing place. I'd give you a full explanation of everything that happened there, but it would only be horrible, terrible, grim, depressing.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. Subscribe for more. I live stream here 3 or 4 times a week, at random times. So if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I upload a new video and when I go live. I also hope that you watch this video at night before you go to sleep, for obvious reasons.